Tonight I'm going to do a review on another cooking system that is ideally suited to backpacking, bikepacking and minimalist outdoor activity. It is of course the Jetboil. Now I say cooking system, but I say that pretty loosely because you're probably going to be limited to cooking freeze-dry meals with this. It's much more better suited to boiling water, maybe boiling a coffee, at best a cup of soup. I'll return to that point later. The reason I got it is I was camping one day. It was very cold, it was very windy. I was just boiling some water on a stove, as you do, and it took so long to do it. I thought there has to be a better way. So I heard a little bit about these and I decided, notwithstanding that there is a little bit of a cost, I'll get one for the next time I went camping, and that's what I did. As with all Jetboil products, they are extremely compact. There's room inside the flash for a gas canister, in this case an isobutane 100 gram. The burner, of course, which you need to turn upside down and unfold the control or the barrel switch. And there is also a base which goes on the gas canister. You don't, strictly speaking, have to do that, but nothing wrong with a bit of additional support when you're cooking. And this will fit a larger gas canister as well. It's got two settings on it. There we go. So all you do then is you remove the cap and you screw this on. You'll find it bite quite early on, and then you keep turning it. There'll be a slight release of gas. You just quickly move past that, and there you go. From there we will put some water on this. Now you probably can't quite see, but there's actually a marker inside the Jetboil that goes to 2 cups, which is a convenient level considering that's what I need tonight. So I'm going to put some water in this. Many people will say light it before you put the cup on. I've never had a problem with this, but if it makes you feel more comfortable, by all means. The stove has an automatic starter, or I should say a push button starter, much like a lot of cookers do, and even stoves you can get for camping. Just makes it a lot easier. Move the bottom. And one of the things that I find very convenient on this particular model is this indicator here, which will change colour as it boils, and it boils very fast. So let's put the top on, and if you have a stopwatch, feel free to time it. So gas on, light. Now watch just how quickly this boils in front of your eyes. Now the barrel switch or the control might give you the impression that it's some sort of simmer, but it doesn't work particularly well on this. I have tried it. I have tried cooking meals actually inside the Jetboil. It's never gone particularly well. It's more of an on-off switch, and I found that food has sort of stuck to the bottom. It's required quite a bit of effort to clean it. As you can see, it is now changing colour. When it gets to the top, we're done. It's that quick. And I might add, this works every bit as well when it's a little bit windier, a little bit cooler. Nearly there. Incidentally, you can use this as a pot support. You can put that on the burner and put your pots on top of it. I don't find they're ideally suited to that. It is much better to be used as a water boiler. And we will turn that off now because it is well and truly boiled. You can do it, but then you're back to the same situation as I was saying with the Trangia. It doesn't protect the flame as much once you take the system off. I don't particularly like it. And what we have here is what I'm going to have tonight for my evening meal, which is typically what you're going to be using with a Jetboil Flash. It's freeze-dried food, in this case spaghetti bolognese, and all you do is you open the top here and you're going to add the 2 cups of water. I was watching, I think it's, what's the name of it? It's a film by Alex Thompson, who raced in the Vendée Globe, and for the uninitiated, that's a very arduous solo round-the-world yacht race. You can't really easily cook on those boats. They move around so much, and all he was using for 2.5 months at sea was something very similar to this, like Jetboil and freeze-dried meals. And it basically might not have been totally appetizing, and I wouldn't even say it's massively healthy for you either, but in certain situations, sailing high-performance yachts might well be one of them. All you want to do is boil the water, pour that into the packet, and what you're going to do is you're going to stir it, you're going to let it settle, and ultimately, after about 10-15 minutes, you'll be able to start eating it. Other things about the Jetboil, if you look at the top here, that is for pouring the water out. I've obviously taken it off so I could show you, but at the end of the day, it's a good way of doing it. This is for the coffee plunger, if you get that. And this is a strainer, so if you have something like pasta inside, you can strain it with that. So there's a little bit of thought that's gone into that. So as I give this a little bit of a stir, and wait for it to cool down, what are some of the pros and cons of the Jetboil Flash? This is not going to be an exhaustive list by any stretch of the imagination, but to be honest, I don't think it needs to be. Let's just focus on the main ones. Firstly, the pros. The main pro is that it does what it's made to do. It boils water extremely fast, extremely efficiently, and that's what I got it for, and that's what a lot of people get it for. So it's a huge tick in the box right then and there. It's also really compact, it's self-contained, it's lightweight, it will fit in a backpack, a day pack, it will fit in a pannier on a bike, it will fit in a box with lots of other items, so if your main cooking system is something else, you can still bring it along and it doesn't take up a lot of space. As far as the cons go, the main cons normally rotate around cost, and yes, you can probably get a slightly cheaper water boiling system that does a nearly as good job, if not the same. But does that mean it's not good value for money over like a 10-year period? I think it's still pretty good value, and if you take good care of it, they should last quite a long time. There is a cost to consider, however, that there are limitations with what you cook with this, and for the most part they're these freeze-dried meals, and they can be quite expensive. So as an example, today I bought 6 of them, and I spent over $100 Australian, and that adds up pretty quickly. Also associated with that is the fact that they are not the most healthy thing to eat for long periods of time, and again, you're limited because of the system that you're using. Do Jetboil make other cooking systems that are maybe not as quite as compact, but they're easier to cook better meals in? And I think the answer is yes. So full credit to them for that. But these are not massive cons as far as I'm concerned. Great system, good at boiling water. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you get one. I would say this is just about ready to eat. Let's see if I can manage to eat this without wearing it, given that it's spaghetti bolognese. That's not terrible, actually. It's a win. I'm going to call it a win tonight.